What's up guys, it's me Strawhead Nate and I'm back this week with a new One Piece chapter video. This time we have chapter 1175 titled Needhog. As we expected, this chapter breaks down Loki's devil fruit even more for us, explaining its origins, its abilities, and its name, of course. And it's not even ridiculous to say that this is the strongest devil fruit ever, even maybe stronger than Luffy's sun god fruit. That discussion about Loki's fruit is merely a fraction of the chapter's total length because the bulk of the chapter is filled with cool action scenes, which work to display the full powers of both Loki and Luffy, the godly protectors of Elbaf in this age. Another thing that happens in this chapter is that Zoro and Sanji both get scenes to themselves. And I'm not gonna lie, Zoro's scene is so much better. So there's clear favoritism at play like there usually is. If you wanna know what Zoro did that's so cool, stay for this whole video. And now let's jump straight into the chapter right after you like the video and subscribe to the channel. First of all, the cover is another reader request, so I'm still anxiously waiting for that cover story to start up. But what we have here is just a cute scene of Sabo and Koala of the Revolutionary Army hanging out with some koalas, so obviously it's a play on her name, Koala. But then the chapter starts immediately showing that Sanji scene that I just mentioned, where he frees Nico Robin from her thorny entanglement using Diable Jambe, since it takes some serious brute force to get her out of it to overcome Saint Summer's devil fruit powers. That's about it for Sanji's scene though, so I wasn't lying when I said Zoro outshines him. Then, after a brief few panels of that, we return to Loki in his ginormous devil fruit dragon form, along with Luffy in Gear 5 on his head. Luffy brings the Elbaf kids and their parents to safety in the western village, just getting them away from Loki basically because he can crush them so easily. Saint Summers is absolutely furious because his evil plan to end all of their lives for a big showing of love didn't actually go through because of Loki and Luffy saving the day. So he targets the children with his thorns now, ready to kill them himself, take matters into his own hands. In an awesome act of bravery, some of the kids, such as Colin, jump in front of their parents to take on these thorn attacks, showing again how courageous and brave the people of Elbaf are. And thankfully the kids are saved from death for like the 100th time, because in the last moment Zoro flies in and blocks all of the thorn attacks at once. Summers gets super angry and confused because this is his first time seeing Zoro, and that's when Luffy cheers on from the distance, saying that that's Zoro, that's my crewmate. And we know that Luffy loves his Nakama, but he really hasn't been able to show it within any of the past arcs lately. So here it is on full display, his love and admiration for people on his crew like Zoro. As I said though, Zoro outshined his competitor Sanji by actually saving countless lives here, rather than just undoing Robin's thorny prison entanglement. So hopefully Sanji gets more to do next time. Now, for some more fun action, Luffy gives Summers what he deserves in a Toon Force way, like he always does. Luffy takes a lightning bolt from the sky into his hand and uses an attack best translated as Gumu Gumu no Dawn Thor Rifle. So in a big double page spread, he punches through Saint Summer's body, electrocuting him in the process with that lightning bolt. So Summers is painfully being ripped apart by the power of the lightning volting through his body, and his suffering does not end there though. Next, Loki, in his monumental dragon form, starts stomping on Saint Summers. So the devilish God's Knight Saint Summers is getting what he deserved. We know that he has a absolutely ridiculous healing factor given to him by Lord Emu, but we know too that there are examples of overcoming this powerful regeneration, like with King Harald's death at the hands of Loki. So if anyone's gonna do it, it's gonna be Loki. Now, speaking of that moment I just mentioned, we travel back there again, more specifically, briefly after King Harald was defeated, and this scene is here to explain Loki's powers, the ancient legendary devil fruit of Elbaf that he ate that day. Elder Jarul is talking to Shanks and Gaban, telling them that Loki ate the dragon fruit model Nidhogg, and that's taken from a creature in Norse mythology who lives in the roots of Yggdrasil. It also happens to be one of the nightmare monsters summoned from St. Killingham. In his dialogue to them, Jarul explains that the fruit gives the ability to transform into the world's largest dragon, but the size of it actually depends on the base size of the user. So basically, it multiplies you from your original size, and that multiplication factor stays the same, whoever eats it. If a human ate it, they would still be really large, but they would be significantly smaller than this. And Loki is the perfect person to eat it because of his ancient giant blood, making him not even just a giant, but way bigger than any other giant. Shanks asks if that's why the giants protected it for so long, to stop just any old person from eating it. And then Jarul explains even more, saying that Ragnir, the hammer, is the one doing the protecting, not the giants. And he tells them the legend of the warring deity to the sun god in ancient times, who transformed into this great dragon Nidhogg and was accompanied by his pet Ratatoskr, the ice squirrel. This is insanely hype because it establishes more lore about the first world, an era of the gods, which we know so little about so far. The only god we are actually confirmed to know is the sun god Nika. The idea that this god fought the sun god Nika long ago is strange, considering that Loki and Luffy are working together here. But maybe that could just be the key to their success. Having two insanely powerful godlike people working together could be the difference in defeating Lord Emu. Or it could also be hinting at a fact that these two reincarnations of their gods will be fated to fight each other. But that doesn't seem like it's gonna happen, at least in the foreseeable future. This dialogue also presents the idea that Ratatoskr, who is another being from Norse mythology, within the hammer Ragnir, is older than basically anyone we know of in the One Piece verse. So hopefully we get some more from that. Now, to finish the chapter, we cut back to the present to actually see Loki in his Nidhogg devil fruit rather than just having Jarul discuss it in the past. And in a insane double page spread, Loki shoots a massive lightning blast from his mouth, almost like he's Godzilla. And this attack is called Thorheim, basically eviscerating all of St. Killingham's nightmare created monsters, buying a good amount of time, because I'm pretty sure these monsters always come back, but it buys them some time at least. The last few panels of the chapter shows Emu in two different perspectives. First, Emu within the body of Gunko on Elbaf looks at Luffy, Loki, and Ratatoskr from the distance and is looking pretty angry, of course. Then, secondly, Emu in the Room of Flowers up in the Holy Land is standing there absolutely furious at the arrival of the legendary beast Nidhogg, saying, "So that's where you've been all these years." And that's it for this chapter. That final scene has some strange implications because it shows Emu in two distinct places at once, possibly meaning that he is able to split up his personality when taking over his constituents, the Gods Knights or the Gorosei. The scene also has obvious implications that Emu was alive, likely in the Void Century, to see Needhogg, but we've known that Emu is an ancient being for a long time now. This legendary Needhogg Devil Fruit is ridiculously powerful, and I genuinely think that Emu doesn't stand a chance here on Elbaf, fighting against Loki and Luffy together. I wouldn't be surprised if this arc ends with a tactical retreat from Emu and the Gods Knights. I loved seeing both Luffy and Loki on full display here in this chapter, with numerous double page spreads showing their awesome attacks, and I'm expecting to see more of that next week. Luckily, we'll be here next week to go over what happens, because there's no break at all. So, if you made it to the end of this video, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to show your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.